At the end of November in 2022, something incredible launched as a ChatGPT, and the world hasn't been the same since. It quickly became the fastest growing tech platform in history, reaching billions in just 4 months of release. But ChatGPT is just the tip of the iceberg in the revolution of generative AI. This technology has been decades in the making. From the invention of generative adversarial networks in 2014, which allowed machines to create photorealistic images for the first time, to the development of transformer models in 2017, which paved the way for powerful language models like GPT. Combine these breakthroughs with rapid advancement in computing power and access to massive amount of data, and you have the ingredients for a revolution. Today, generative AI is evolving at breakneck speed. It's reshaping industries, solving complex problems, and sparkling new ways of creativity. From healthcare to entertainment and education to business, its impact is undeniable. But with great power comes great responsibility. How is this technology transforming our world? And what opportunities and challenges does it bring? Let's dive in. Let's pull back the curtain and uncover the magic behind generative AI. While it may seem like science fiction, it's really the result of decades of research in machine learning and neural networks. At its core, generative AI learns by consuming massive amount of data. Think of it like teaching a machine every book, photo, or song ever created and helping it recognize patterns, styles, and structures. But it just doesn't copy. It learns to generate something entirely new based on what it has learned. The secret sauce lies in neural networks, particularly transformer models like GPT or generative pre-trained transformer. Think of a neural network as a massive orchestra. Each instrument plays a role, working together to generate something coherent and beautiful, whether it's text, an image, or even a piece of music. Here's how it generates content. First of all, you provide a prompt like, write me a poem about the stars. Then the model analyzes your request, referencing its training data to understand what a poem is and how stars are interpreted in different contexts. And then it creates something entirely new, a poem that feels authentic, yet it's been never written before. Generative AI's true power lies in its ability to predict what comes next. It uses probabilities to decide the next word in a sentence, the next note in a melody, or the next pixel in an image. The result? Output that feels intentional and human-like. But as remarkable as it is, generative AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. Biases and inaccuracies in the data can influence the results, which is why human oversight remains essential. Generative AI is the steam engine of the mind. Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn, uses this powerful metaphor to capture how generative AI is revolutionizing cognitive work. Much like the steam engine transformed manufacturing, but unlike the Industrial Revolution, this revolution is unfolding at lightning speed. Thanks to the internet and mobile infrastructure, new AI innovations can now reach billions of people in days, amplifying their impact. Take healthcare, one of the most promising fields transformed by AI. Generative AI is not only improving speed but also redefining precision and possibilities in medicine. By analyzing vast amount of clinical data, it helps in early disease detection, such as identifying cancer through medical imaging more accurately than human doctors. It helps predict patient outcomes, assist in clinical decision making, and personalize treatment to meet individual needs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, it helped researchers develop vaccines in record time, a process that would typically take years. AI is also powering breakthroughs in drug discovery, designing molecules for new medicines at unprecedented speed. From wearable devices that analyze real-time health data to AI-driven robotic surgeries, generative AI is creating a healthcare system that is faster, smarter, and more accessible. However, it also raises ethical concerns including data privacy. For example, a survey conducted in the UK estimated that 63% of population is uncomfortable with sharing their personal data in order to improve artificial intelligence technology. It also raises concerns in job automation and also the potential to amplify existing biases based on sex, race, ethnicity, and much more, which is undeniable. We will discuss about it later in this video. Entertainment is another sector being reimagined by generative AI. AI is already extensively used in entertainment platforms such as YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon Prime Video for personalized recommendations, as it analyzes scenes, objects, and metadata to categorize movies and shows, enabling more accurate genre classifications and recommendations. In filmmaking, AI-driven tools are transforming the production process by generating realistic visual effects, automating editing, and even scripting storylines. Indie filmmakers, in particular, can now achieve blockbuster-level visuals without the need of massive budget. In gaming, AI plays an equally transformative role, from designing dynamic environments to creating adaptive gameplay tailored to individual players. Games now feature more realistic characters, smarter NPCs, and procedurally generated worlds that make every playthrough unique. The music industry is no exception. Platforms like OpenAI Jukebox can compose entire songs, blending genres or mimicking the styles of iconic artists. Artists are using AI not as a replacement for creativity, but as a collaborator, offering ideas, refining compositions, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Even in visual art, AI platforms like DALL-E or Midjourney are helping creators explore new styles and experiment with bold concepts. What's the result? Artists and storytellers are no longer limited by resources, but only by imagination. In business, generative AI is enhancing productivity and decision making. It's clear that whether you are in steel manufacturing or software development, generative AI will touch your work. It powers personalized marketing campaigns, automates customer service, and analyzes financial data in real time, while enabling smarter strategies and deeper connection with customers. Even if AI doesn't directly refactor supply chains, it transforms the cognitive task behind a running business. And now for education. Simply imagine a classroom where a student has their own tailored curriculum designed to address their strengths, weaknesses, and passions. This is no longer a distant dream. Generative AI is reshaping education, breaking down barriers, and bringing learning to life for everyone, everywhere. Generative AI excels at presentation. Tools powered by AI can analyze how a student learns and adapt lessons in real time. Struggling with fractions, the system can provide targeted practice and explains concept in new ways until it clicks. It's like having a private tutor, but for every student. But to fully realize AI's potential in education, we need to ensure equity. AI tools must be designed with diverse learners in mind, ensuring accessibility across different abilities, language, and socioeconomic backgrounds. Another thing is with educators. Rather than replacing educators, AI should amplify their capabilities. Teachers and AI working hand in hand can create more effective and human-centric learning experience. Generative AI isn't just improving education, it's transforming it. It's making learning more accessible, personal, and impactful for everyone. Now, there's a huge question going around in internet nowadays. It's that is AI replacing human creativity? I will tell you straight away. According to Harvard Business Review reports, AI won't replace humans, but humans with AI will replace human without AI. What does this mean? It simply means that humans with AI will outperform humans without AI. AI systems are powerful tools, but they lack the creativity, emotional intelligence, and nuanced decision making that human possesses. While AI can automate routine tasks and analyze large data sets, it cannot fully replicate the complex cognitive abilities of humans. When humans integrate AI into their workflows, they can achieve higher efficiency, accuracy, and innovation. AI can handle data processing, pattern recognitions, and more complex topics, allowing humans to focus on strategic thinking, creativity, and problem solving. This combination makes humans with AI more competitive and effective than those solely relying on traditional methods. So it's important for businesses and individuals to adapt to AI technology. Leaders must experiment with AI, create innovation sandboxes, and develop use cases to harness its potential fully. So the question isn't if generative AI will make an impact, it's how much and how soon. As Hoffman notes, no one can predict the full scope of its influence. The technology is vast, complex, and rapidly evolving. Do you want to know the best way to understand its potential? Start using it, experiment with different AI tools, try solving problems that matter to you, and don't be discouraged by initial failures. Generative AI is a tool. Its effectiveness depends on how we use it and how it evolves over time. Now we have explored how generative AI is reshaping industries, but its true superpower lies in its economic potential. Imagine a world where this technology supercharges productivity across every sector, transforming not just work but the entire economy. McKinsey estimates that the economy value generated by AI could add an astonishing $2.6 trillion to $4.4 trillion annually to the global economy. That's literally more than the GDP of Germany. Now, let's take a closer look at how generative AI is redefining productivity. AI is now revolutionizing work by automating repetitive tasks and amplifying human creativity. McKinsey research shows it could enhance 60 to 70% of tasks across industries, from automating data analysis to generating innovative solutions. It's allowing workers to focus on what truly matters: strategy, innovation, and impact. The ripple effect of generative AI extends far and wide. Imagine a retailer using AI to predict customer demand with pinpoint accuracy while reducing waste and optimizing inventory. McKinsey predicts that this sector alone would see a $400 billion to $660 billion boost annually. And in the banking sector, from advancing fraud detection to personalized financial advice, AI is helping banks deliver tailored solutions while cutting costs. The industry stands to gain up to $340 billion each year. From accelerating drug discovery to personalized treatments, AI could contribute $60 to $110 billion each year in medical pharmaceutical industries. Each of these industries represent a piece of the puzzle. Together, they illustrate vast economic potential waiting to be unlocked. Despite its promises, many businesses are hesitant to adopt generative AI. While 90% of executives recognize its potential, 60% of companies rarely or never use it. What's holding them back? Challenges like outdated ID systems, lack of skilled talent, and concern over data quality are significant barriers. For those who wait for too long, may risk falling behind. The path forward is crystal clear. Businesses must invest in infrastructure, build multidisciplinary teams, and prioritize innovation. Generative AI isn't just a tool, it has potential to be a game changer, and for those willing to adapt and embrace it. As AI reshapes industries and redefines creativity, it also brings challenges that demand our attention. From societal biases to posing environmental risks, these hurdles must be navigated with care to ensure this technology benefits everyone, especially potential job displacement is serious concern today. Imagine a mirror that only shows part of your reflection, distorted, incomplete, and often unfair. That's what bias in AI systems can feel like. Why? Because these systems don't operate in vacuum. They learn from the data we feed them, and unfortunately, that data carries the biases of our world. Take healthcare, for instance. AI diagnostic tools are meant to save lives, but research shows that they often misdiagnose or overlook symptoms in Black patients. Why? The training data underrepresent these communities. It's like teaching a doctor from an incomplete textbook. Some voices are left out. And in the workplace, algorithms mean to streamline hiring, but they have done the complete opposite, favoring male candidates because historical data shows men in certain roles more often. Amazon's recruitment AI famously fall into this trap, amplifying the very bias it was supposed to eliminate. Now imagine being judged by a system that doesn't know your story. Predictive policing tools, for example, use historical arrest data to predict crime. The result? Marginalized communities are unfairly targeted, repeating same patterns of systemic bias. So how do we fix a mirror that reflects flaws in society? First of all, we need robust AI governance. Think of it as setting ground rules, ensuring transparency and accountability. Next, let's diversify the creators. When people from different backgrounds design AI, it's more likely to serve everyone fairly. And finally, regular audits. By examining how AI systems perform across various groups, we can identify and correct inequities before they cause harm. Bias in AI isn't just a technical flaw, it's a reflection of us. By addressing it, we are not just fixing technology, we are building a fairer world. The question is, are we ready to hold the mirror to ourselves? Generative AI blurs the line between inspiration and duplication. Artists and writers worry about their work being used without consent. As AI systems train on publicly available data, sometimes creating outputs is strikingly similar to copyrighted material. Platforms like Midjourney or OpenAI's DALL-E have sparked lawsuits with claims that AI-generated outputs often mimic copyrighted styles. Automation is a double-edged sword. For every innovation that automates a task, there's a person asking, will this replace me? Let's start with a number. A report from Goldman Sachs suggests that up to 300 million full-time jobs globally could be automated in the next decade. That's not just of factory workers or customer service agents. It includes accountants, journalists, even creative professionals. But here's where it gets tricky. Not all jobs are equally at risk. Generative AI excels in repetitive, predictable tasks. It's already writing emails, creating marketing content, and designing logos. So what happens to the people who already gets used to these jobs? Sure, history tells us that technology eliminates some jobs but creates new ones. Just look at the rise of the tech support roles or social media managers. But this time feels different. The speed of change is unprecedented and it's outpacing our ability to adapt. Some of the reports tells that AI will heavily influence those jobs that are highly paid, such as computer science, office and administrative work, and business and operational works. These are mostly the private sector jobs and the one with the most risk of displacement. And what about governments? Shouldn't they be stepping in? Unfortunately, the reality is sobering. While AI accelerates, many governments are still playing catch up with no clear strategy to address the upheaval it's causing. Take workforce reskilling programs, for example. They exist in some countries, but they are often underfunded or too narrow to meet the scale of the challenge. And what about regulations? Only a handful of nations have ever begun to think about AI's long-term societal impacts. So the question is, will AI fill a golden age of opportunity or will it deepen economic inequality? The answer depends on how quickly we act to prepare for this transformation. Now imagine watching a video of a world leader declaring war or celebrating endorsing a controversial product and later discovering it was all fake. Welcome to the unsettling world of generative AI, where misinformation and deepfakes blur the line between truth and deception. Let's talk about deepfakes. AI-generated videos can convincingly mimic public figures that even experts struggle to tell what's real. A politician's voice, gestures, and mannerisms can be copied to fabricate speeches or actions, potentially destabilizing trust in government, media, and institutions. But it doesn't stop there. AI powered bots are flooding social media platforms with propaganda and fake news, influencing public opinion on a massive scale. The consequences are profound. When reality becomes harder to distinguish from fabrication, trust, the glue of our society, starts to crack. So, how do we fight back in this war on truth? We should develop cutting edge technologies to identify defects and flag AI generated contents. Governments and platforms must enforce stricter guidelines for content authenticity. Beyond its efficiencies, like how great AI is, it comes with a price: the loss of ethical oversight. This is a deeper ethical dilemma generative AI presents, one that goes beyond technology into the heart of human values. Generative AI raises deeper philosophical questions about control and equity. On one side, autonomous AI can process data and make decisions faster than any human ever could. But here's the risk. What happens when these machines operate without a moral compass? Decisions could prioritize efficiency over empathy, algorithms over ethics. Should we let AI making life changing choices? Or should humans always have the final say? The tension is more than a technical issue. Now let's zoom out. Generative AI is not developing equally across the globe. Wealthier nations with advanced AI research have the resources to innovate, while less affluent countries risk being left behind. This digital divide doesn't just slow progress, it widens existing inequalities, leaving entire populations without access to AI's benefits. So, how do we ensure that autonomy doesn't override ethics and innovation doesn't leave anyone behind? Transparency, accountability, and inclusivity must be the foundation of AI development. Clear ethical guidelines can ensure that AI systems reflect humanity's values, not just technological possibilities. The real question isn't just what AI can do, it's how we guide it to serve humanity fairly, responsibly, and inclusively. By addressing these issues head on, we can ensure that AI evolves responsibly, benefiting humanity without compromising our values. As we stand on the brink of a generative AI driven era, the question isn't just how it will evolve, but how it will integrate into every factor of life and industry. Generative AI is breaking barriers by becoming multimodal, meaning it can seamlessly work across text, images, and even video. Picture giving a single command to generate a storyboard for a film, complete with visuals and dialogues. That's the future tools like GPT-4V are building towards. Now pair generative AI with VR and AR. Suddenly, you are designing virtual classrooms or exploring simulated Mars landscapes, all crafted by AI. Blockchain is adding a layer of security, ensuring your creations stay yours. But with great power comes great responsibility. As AI's capabilities grow, so does the need for accountability. Governments and organizations worldwide must build ethical guidelines and regulatory frameworks. Companies will need to prioritize responsible AI development to address biases, privacy, and misuse concerns. Here's the most exciting part: AI isn't just for techies anymore. With no code platforms, anyone can build AI solutions. Want to create an app that writes poetry in your voice? You can do it without knowing a single line of code. Future advancement will enable AI to act as independent agents, performing complex tasks with minimal intervention. Generative AI is evolving fast, but here's the truth: it's up to us to shape its potential. And that brings us to the most important part of this conversation. This isn't a revolution for a few selected ones. It's one we all play a role in. Dive into the world of generative AI, Try tools like ChatGPT, DALL-E, or any of the exciting platforms out there. Find ways AI can solve your daily problems or fuel your creativity. Who knows, you might uncover something revolutionary. Speak up for transparency and fairness in AI development. Demand systems that treats all users equally and respect privacy. A better AI starts with better advocacy. Generative AI works best when humans and machines team up. Share knowledge with your peers, evolve diverse voices. Together, we can ensure its evolution align with society's values. Use AI to amplify your imagination. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, or just someone with wild ideas, generative AI can turn your visions into reality. But remember, it's a tool, not a substitute for your creativity. Generative AI is more than a technology, it's a chance to reimagine what's possible. Thank you for watching. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. See you soon in the next video. Goodbye.